What's up, Comic Book Nation? Welcome to the studio here at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm Brandon Davis, and I am joined right now. This man is very experienced with Comic-Con. David Dastmalchian. He's got his own comic book coming out. We're going to talk all about that. But first, man, let me ask you this. What number Comic-Con is this for you?
This is my fourth San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay.
And first one was in 2012. So here we are 7 years later. It's my number 4. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. What's your favorite thing to do when you come out to these shows?
Well, I've been going to conventions for years, and I go as a fan, not as a guest very often. I love to just get in there and just stalk the floor, because I'm always looking for either a particular comic or a particular toy, a particular collectible item. And so some of these collectors will bring their A game, obviously, to something like, especially San Diego. But you go to these conventions, and if I'm on the hunt for something, I meet new people that I can have a conversation with and let them know what I'm kind of looking for, what I'm into, and then next thing I know, I've made a new friend. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw this just this week. I saw like the first print copy of the first Avengers comic ever, first appearance of Thanos, stuff like that. I'm just like, oh, my wallet wants to scream.
I know. Yeah, I saw something that yesterday. I was like, oh, I've been looking for this, and then I turned the back, and it was near $1,000, and I was like, I know
I'll keep looking for it.
It's my birthday tomorrow, but yeah.
Is today your birthday?
Tomorrow.
Oh, so that happened today. Oh, okay. Well, happy almost birthday.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
You.
What a way to celebrate.
This is the best birthday present.
Yeah,
here.
Let's talk about what you were just doing. You're here for this year. You're here for Dark Horse Comics. You have a book coming, Count Crowley.
Yes.
This is your baby.
This is my baby.
This is your book. You're writing it.
Yes.
That is so cool.
I grew up in Kansas City, going to Clint's Comics and watching every Friday night Cremation Mortem's Creature Feature, and I just always had this dream of a monster movie mashup with superheroes, and I didn't understand how I could make that work. And I always thought about a creature feature host who actually battled real monsters and how that would be a cool story. And then I grew up and I dealt with like real adult issues in my life. I battled addiction and depression and relationship struggles and all these things that I have had to face being a grown-up. And the two worlds came together in this way where I was like, I think this might be a TV show, actually. The way this happened was I talked to my boss, Peter Lenkov, who is the genius behind the MacGyver reboot and lots of other amazing properties, and he was going to give me some advice about my idea for Count Crowley, and he liked it so much that it was crazy. He then said, I want you to meet Mike Richardson in Dark Horse, and I think that they'd be good partners for this idea. And then Dark Horse, last year at Comic-Con, we met secretly, and they said, we want to publish a comic book for you and help take this into the future of as a property. Wow. So here we are a year later, and issue 1 comes out October 23rd. It's crazy. And I've been thinking about this for 30 years, and today I sat on, at the Dark Horse booth holding the cover for my comic. It's a beautiful, the art is so incredible.
That is such a cool story,
dude,
man.
I'm freaking out.
I'm like, that's amazing. So you just had a signing just before coming up here?
Just before coming here,
So you've come for movies and TV and stuff like that, you've done appearances. How does it feel, though, to sit there and know these people are here to see you, to promote your
a comic book?
Is this like the best feeling you've had at a Comic-Con so far?
Yes. Yeah.
It doesn't get better.
Professionally, personally, This is the big. I am so blessed and so grateful because acting is my passion. Telling stories is my passion. So writing and acting are the ways that I've been able to do that, right? So being a part of The Dark Knight, which was my first break as a theater actor who's a comic nerd, being in The Dark Knight, then jumping to the world of Marvel and getting to be in the Ant-Man films, then playing on television in shows like The Flash and Gotham, and all the other amazing sci-fi and comic book properties that I've gotten to play in and that will be playing in. Though every time something like that happens, I go, it doesn't get better than this. Like David, just like enjoy it.
Yeah.
Be in the moment. There's no way that there's going to be another thing like this. And as Count Crowley has happened and come together, and just hearing the way that like Peter and folks at Dark Horse talk about their excitement for the future of what this could do and what we could play with it. This is it. This is the biggest moment I've ever had as like a storyteller, and just as a human being. My wife's here with me, and we entered the floor of the convention, and from about 200 yards away, we could see where the Dark Horse booth was, and there was the top of this 10-foot version that they had posted on the side of their booth of my comic book. And my wife just started like sobbing.
Did you want to rip it off and take it home?
I asked today, and it's part of this like 100-foot long panel, but they're like,
okay, I'll cut it out. I'll get scissors.
They're gonna do it. Dark Horse, you heard it. Sorry guys, Megan, they got to do it now.
You have to give him this giant poster. That's amazing.
I need it. I'm gonna make a blanket out of it. It's gonna be a comforter. It's a quilt. It's the Count Crowley quilt.
Yes, amazing.
The next big thing in merchandising, we got Count Crowley blowtorches, we got Count Crowley bottle openers, Count Crowley quilts.
Yeah. Quilts, amazing.
Wrap your newborn in this swaddle with the Monster Hunter's face on it.
Without spoiling anything before the book drops in October, what can you tell us about the story of Jerry, who is a TV reporter?
Yeah.
And he's going through some scary...
Jerry is this young news anchor, and it's 1983, and she wants to be the investigative journalist of the 80s that has never been before. You know, the first female Walter Cronkite, you name it. She wants to, that's her dream, and she's a passionate, talented journalist, but she also struggles with self-sabotaging and self-destruction. She's a drinker. She has a big break on a big network and ends up getting assaulted. And when she goes to tell her bosses and the authorities about the big star of this news network that did this to her, no one believes her. And they kick her to the curb. And they basically take away all of her credibility as a journalist. And she ends up back home in Missouri, where she grew up, at the small station her brother now manages. And she's just a mess. And the only job her brother can keep her employed at is hosting the Friday night creature feature. And she's so mortified with embarrassment, but she puts on the makeup and she does the thing. And it turns out the guy who she's replaced, who's vanished, who stopped coming to work, the original Count Crowley, had a little secret. He was one of the last appointed monster hunters. Monsters are absolutely real. They've infiltrated our society. They have been spinning fake news through their control of the media to us. So everything we know about monsters is a lie. Stakes don't kill vampires. Silver bullets won't hurt a werewolf. And Jerry, who wants nothing to do with this, has to discover what her calling is, her fate, and she has to learn to both take care of herself and start, healing all of the stuff that's causing her to continue to sabotage her personal life while learning how to fight monsters. And she can't tell anybody, because if I tell you about the secret with the werewolves, that exposes you and you can be in danger. So she has to protect us.
Can't put the ones you love in the light.
And no one will believe her because she's trying to get sober, and she'll show up and her car is smashed in and her brother's like, "You've been drinking again." And she's like, "No, I swear." But she can't say, "I'm fighting a werewolf." So I'm very excited,
this sounds
man.
awesome.
Thanks.
This sounds so good.
Yeah.
And also very relevant for right now, the world right now.
It's crazy, the world we're living in. It's like, imagine she's staring at the TV or she's looking at a situation going, how is everybody else seeing what's happening and not freaking out? And I feel that way sometimes. I turn on the news or I look at what's happening in the world around us and I go, how are there's monsters in plain sight that are doing things unchecked. And I think any individual can participate or jump in and get in the fight. And to me, she's a very extreme example of that, like the metaphor that represents. But it's fun because the 12-year-old me is geeking out over the fact that I'm getting to utilize my passion for werewolves, vampires, Frankenstein monster type characters, zombies, and then issues that I deal with on a daily basis as a grown-up. Hopefully, the way those work together, audiences and readers will be like, oh yeah, it's fun, it's entertaining, it's exciting, hopefully a little funny, but it's also really relevant.
All right, so I can't let you go without talking about some movies. Kurt in the Marvel Cinematic Universe doesn't get to come into the Comicbook.com studio at Comic-Con and not talk a bit about that. I know you can't say what might be coming. I don't even know if they tell you that kind of stuff.
They did. We're doing the thing. It's at 5. I think it's at 4 today.
The panel today.
The Marvel announcement. Yeah. Because this doesn't post until after, right?
Probably no. This won't go up until probably tomorrow.
They've basically, they're not doing any more. So there's no more big films, I think, on the slate for the next 2 years, and then 2 years from now, it's Kurt, the movie. I got you for a second, didn't I? I got you for like a second.
Now you know what's going up today.
So don't miss it. It's Kurt versus the Baba Yaga. And he will destroy Baba Yaga.
Well, I wanted to get your reaction to Endgame, to Ant-Man's role in Endgame.
First of all, okay, Endgame's genius. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's cinematic history. It's incredible, blah, 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 blah. Russo's, you're amazing. Everybody knows what an incredible film it is. Why did a rat have to run across the computer to pull Scott out of the quantum realm. Why couldn't we Kurt like playing with computer? Like I was like, couldn't I have just shown up for like an hour and been like playing with the computer? That's my big beef. And you hear me, Marvel. No, Endgame was incredible. I cried. I laughed. I didn't know because they're so secretive, and I'm friends with those guys, and we talk, and we will see each other,
Kansas
and I
City
will
guys.
try and pick the brains of. But I mean, also the writers, the producers. You know, I'm like, what's gonna happen? You can tell me, and they're like, no. And so I didn't see. I didn't know how or what was going to happen with Tony. I didn't see that coming. I especially didn't see what was going to happen with Widow. There was a lot of stuff that I just didn't see coming that floored me, and I'm so excited for the future of the MCU. I think it's going to be incredible.
Awesome. So glad you stopped by. What's
Thanks.
the key? What's the key to a good Kurt accent?
You know, it's for probably drinking a lot of vodka and playing computer game till about 4 a.m. No sleep, okay? It make you more relaxed.
Amazing, man. Ladies and gentlemen, David Dastmalchian. Make sure you check out the Count Crowley Dark Horse Comics. It's hitting shelves in your comic shop on October 23rd. It's a dream come true for this guy, so support it. It sounds awesome. And be sure to stay tuned to Comicbook.com throughout San Diego Comic-Con for more. I'm BD. I'll see you there.